Welcome, everybody, to Universal Truth of Mankind. I'm Dave, your host, and welcome again back to Future Forecast. So, what are we going to talk about today? I've been noticing, well, I shouldn't say I've been noticing this recently, but I've been most noticing its success. A lot of companies are starting to give up on the woke agenda. Tractor Supply is recent, and I'm so glad. And other companies. When companies went woke, I either stopped shopping there or I found alternative sources, and I took this very seriously. Like reduce my shopping or just find an alternative place to go for the things I was looking for. Well, apparently I wasn't the only one. Apparently a lot of people did it. Tractor Supply recently reversed its woke agenda because they found that customers were buying less. They were motivated to buy less, not to continue shopping the same way. This shows us the power we have. I've often heard people say, hey, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So what am I supposed to do about it? I said, well, first you have to vote. Yeah, I know we have a lot of corruption in our voting. I understand that. And for many years, I stopped voting until 2016. I took about, for presidential elections, I took probably about 12-year break from any elections, even local, because I was so disgusted. I saw what was happening. I saw how things were happening. Because right after the Reagan years, it was obvious what the agendas were. But what does this mean? It means we have a very, very, very powerful way of voting with our dollar. Now, many of you out there are going to say, yeah, well, I already know that. And yeah, I already apply it. Well, the reason I'm bringing it up is because number one, we got to keep going. Number two, we have to encourage other people to start doing the exact same thing. They have to want this. They have to fight back against that agenda by their dollar. And it's the best way to do it now until we can actually get a legitimate, honest voting system going. And why is this important? Well, this is why it's important. In 1871, the United States federal government was incorporated. It stopped being a constitutional government. It started being a corporation. This meant that corporations now were in control of the government, or I should say, can slowly start controlling the government. Because no longer was the Constitution our litmus test, but rather the companies. And little by little, major companies started hopping on and became an influencer of the government through bribes, through grants, through whatever. Through, like in New Jersey, for instance, state I'm from, we have a parkway authority, and they are constantly hiking the rates. Now they say, oh yeah, we do this because we are constantly improving the roads. I admit they do a good job on that. But why does this happen over and over and over, and there's no real oversight on it? Because when a governor is no longer governor, he or she becomes a member of that board and gets paid a handsome salary for not showing up. So what do you think the governor's going to do when it comes to bills and price hikes for the Parkway Authority? Isn't it obvious? They don't want to be given a boot and say, sorry, you can't be with us because you didn't approve the rate hike we asked for. We had to break the backs of these corporations. And the best way to do it is through the dollar, by not purchasing their products, by being choosy. You want American products? Buy American products. If you want Chinese products, go to a place that sells Chinese products. Okay, whatever. You're not happy about the agenda of this particular company? Then don't buy their products. A lot of times their products that they have are available someplace else. So be resourceful. Look for ways to spend your money. I'll tell you one good way to break the backs of the corporations. Here, for example, I take my vitamins, I take my minerals, and so on and so forth, and I take other things that I need, like electrolytes, because as you get older, your body produces less electrolytes. So I make sure that I have plenty of electrolytes. Amino acids, I produce less amino acids. That's normal. So how do I supplement that? I get amino acids powders, and then I put it in my drink. I drink nothing but water, so I put it in my water. But where do I go? Well, I have a place locally that's run by a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful lady. Her and her husband were um, champion uh, um, body shaper people. Her husband just perished, just died. It just suddenly died. And so she runs the store herself. And she's been doing, and that was like 15 years ago. And she's been running the store probably like at least 20 years. Her and her husband were running it. So she took it over. So I give her my dollar to support her and her daughter. She never got remarried. The two of them were so much in love. It was a very, very sad. I didn't know them well, and even I was saddened by it because it was obvious the love the two of them had for each other. That type of relationship you wouldn't want to end for anybody. So I go there and I give her my dollar. These small businesses, I give them my dollar. Because these small businesses tend to customize what you need or what you want. These bigger companies, they don't do that. They tell you what they're going to give you. While with these smaller companies, mom and pop type stores, they respond to the needs of the people. So there you go. Use your dollar. Thank you, everybody. I don't have a dollar here. Sorry, Biden inflation. Take care, everybody. Shalom, shalom.